At one point in time, you also owned part of the Field of Dreams, right?
Yeah.
And every time I tell someone that, they're like, the Field of Dreams. I'm like, yeah, they're like the movie. And they're like, oh, like the Field of Dreams. It's in your kind of hometown area, backyard. You said there was an investment group that kind of owned it, but then I guess the Major League came in, built a stadium, and that was an Airbnb a little bit. I find that super intriguing, but I'm actually going somewhere. And then you were sharing with Ryan before that you're in the Goldman Sachs 10,000. You were in the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program. Ryan just recently started that. If you had to look back over, the last 15, 20 years, you come from a dairy farming family. What put you on this path of business building, business acquisition, property acquisition, investment? Like, why aren't you just a dairy farmer? Like, what do you think it is that put you on this path?
So the rest of my family is all in agriculture, farming, dairy cattle. I'm the one that's not. And so maybe it's finding my own path. And, even though at my core, that's a lot of the values and stuff that I have is that gritty farm, work mentality, small town, we grew up in a town of 1,000 people type of thing. But then, like venturing out and saying, all right, what's possible? What else is out there? And, continuing to, push that growth. And I like that, seeing that, personally and professionally and kind of everything in between.
What do you get out of that growth? I remember we did a boardroom in San Diego, and there was a gentleman that was kind of part of the group that was just recently leaving the SEAL team. And you and several of the guys went and got to work out kind of in a little area that most people don't get to work out in. You're talking about, you almost killed yourself with a t-shirt. You run 100-mile races on the side of a mountain. That pushing yourself, that finding out what's possible. Is there a destination to that, or is there always another challenge?
There's always another challenge because we're all going to die at some point. We've got a short time on Earth. We have no clue how long that is, whether it's 40 years, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years. My grandpa's 97 right now. I'm hoping it's 100 years. But I want to know, like, when I get to the finish line, I squeezed every last drop out of life, and there's nobody at my funeral that will say, gosh, I don't think you quite lived it fullest. Right? Like, I want to live it 100% to the fullest, do everything, try everything, experience it with as many other people, great people like, meeting you and everyone else here at the boardroom and stuff like that, and be part of that journey with others. And I think what kind of brings it all together is I've noticed this pattern with a lot of the businesses I've either invested in or operate in. It's they create experiences that you can enjoy and do with others that are like memories that create relationships that, create stories that then are told year after year. We look back on all the things at the Field of Dreams and what we've done there with our family and being there and playing catch with my dad on Father's Day and then with my kids and running the bases with them and staying overnight in the house, from the movie and all these things. It's like that, those created memories and experiences and stuff that we cherish. And so I always look for like and same with running 100 miles or getting up with, the crew and going and doing the Buds Camp, the Navy SEAL Buds Camp is like, that's something I will never forget the rest of my life. And I also have like a bond with the people I did those experiences with. So I think it's just living it to the fullest and finding like what creates those cool experiences that really make you feel like you're living and you're energized, and it just continues to like build upon that.